I know it's very boobalicious, you guys. Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Cast Monday. And I'm actually revisiting a series that we kicked off this whole Cast Monday with, which is A Court of Thorns and Roses. We already did three very beautiful, very wonderful guys from the series. We did Rysand, we did Cassian, not Castiel, Cassian, and we did Azriel. I did get both of the two last ones' ears wrong. They don't actually have the high elf ears, they have the regular ears. But hopefully I'm not going to make any mistakes this time, because we are going to be making our three leading ladies this time. So the three ladies we're going to be making are Feyre, Morrigan, and Amren. So they are kind of the three more main character girls. There are some other girl characters in it, but I don't really care about them as much. They are the three that we are going to be making today. Please, if you've read the series, if you've looked at any of Charlie Bowars's art, which is the art we're going to be basing these characters on, let me know in the comments below if I get this right, if they seem how you imagine them. Fingers crossed they're going to. And guys, let's play some Sims for Cast Monday. Okay, so I think I'm going to kind of kick off. I'm going to do them as... I don't know if to do them as teens or young adults. It's a tough one. I think I will do young adult because they're meant to be really old. So I think I will kick off with Morrigan. She is described as being very beautiful. Blonde hairs with like little plaits and stuff in it. And she also quite likes to dress. Sort of interesting, I would say. So we'll be able to do like a red gown on her, red lipstick, kind of very sort of sultry and very beautiful. So let's just go ahead and take everything off the sim. So we've got a little starting block. You guys know how I like to do it. And wow, it has given her some pretty styling tattoos. Unfortunately, I don't know if she actually has any tattoos, so I'm going to take those off. And this is our little starting sim. Not 100% sure there, but okay. So Mor is kind of, that's how they shot on her name. And she's kind of gone through some pretty crazy stuff when before she kind of joined the main series. I don't want to spoil what she went through, but it's basically meant that Azriel, who we made last time, who's kind of one of my favorites, is very protective of her and kind of just sort of watches her from afar type dealio. She's got like blonde hair and like gold hair and brown eyes. She's very beautiful. Quite sassy and also like quite friendly to our main character Feyre, who I think I'll make last as well. So I'm basically making her based a lot on I've got the artwork at the side that I'll be showing you guys as well. I don't know if it's necessarily the exact way the author wanted her to look. Charlie Bowart, whose artwork we're copying, has done a lot of like the coloring books and stuff for this series, so she kind of has the seal of approval from the author Sarah J. Maas. So I think we're on to a winner if we use her artwork for how she imagined the characters to look. I've just got to make sure I make her look super pretty. I don't think she's got a little bum chin. So as cute as they are, I'm going to get rid of that. And we need to make sure that we give her the elf ears, because she definitely has them. A little bit of a different shape to the ones that we've got here, but I'm just going to give her them like that. They're kind of sticky out a bit. They'd be like if I was an elf, that's how mine would go. Let's put them a little bit closer to her head. Maybe a little smaller. I don't quite like the shape of these, because these are definitely more like alien ears. Like, I kind of feel like elf ears are a different sort of shape. Like, I don't think they would do that. I think it would be much more gradual and sticky outy like that, but there's nothing that really kind of quite does it, because they point the wrong way. So I kind of just have to go with these, you know? So gold, browny goldy kind of eyes. I'm thinking they're meant to be like hazily, but quite... If I'm looking at the artwork, they are quite gold, so I think maybe like this kind of a thing would look quite pretty on her. So I think the thing that's not right with her at the moment is her nose. So I'm just gonna try and work on her nose a little bit. Try and get it the right kind of a shape. Because I think it's a little bit stronger than I've done it. And there's nothing wrong with a strong nose. Strong noses can be very beautiful. Okay, I think we're getting along the right lines. It's gonna be easy when she's got hair and stuff and we've done like her skin tone and everything too. Oh, because we need to do her body as well, because she's described as like slim but curvy. So if you start her out with this one and then just kind of curve her up a little bit, make her a little bit more boobalicious, a little bit more butterlicious. Kind of different to how I normally make characters, but I like doing a little bit different. I like doing it a little bit different. Okay, she's definitely looking pretty curvy, you guys. Okay, so her skin tone is described as they've all got a similar-ish skin tone. And it's a little bit more of like the golden sort of skin that she's got now. So let's have a look at some skin details, because I think that's making her look maybe a tiny bit too pale. She's meant to have that same sort of golden sort of skin as Rysanders. Maybe something a little bit more like that. Ooh, that one looks quite good as well though. Oh, it's tough now. See, I'm thinking that one's gonna look better on Feyre because she's meant to be like 18 or 19, maybe even younger, maybe 17 at the beginning. Whereas this one looks kind of a little bit older and wiser, which is sort of like what she is meant to be. Oh, this is changing the shading on her boobs. Okay. So now we need to put some little lashes on her, because that seems to make them look a lot more human, I find. Although they're not human at all. They're elf. Well, they're not. They're like fairies. Fairies, the fae. They are the fae. I think she'd go quite heavy on the eye makeup. And she's also got red lipstick on as well. And I never ever really put lipstick on people, so I'm looking forward to doing some real lipstick. They're all a little bit too pinky. I think she'd go fully red, like not even a little bit scared kind of red. So we've got this kind of a red, but I still don't think that's red enough, guys. Oh, I like that with the teeth, but I don't think she's a teethy kind of person. I think Feyre is more teethy. Oh man, I don't really like any of the reds that much. But she definitely is described as wearing red lipstick. So just because I'm afraid of red lipstick, doesn't mean she is going to be. So maybe I'll keep her with the red lips, okay? And then I'm kind of thinking if you've got lipstick on, you don't really want to go too heavy on any of the other makeup. So I'm going to leave the rest of the makeup as it is. I think the hair is where we're going to actually see her start to look more like herself. I'm just looking, she does wear earrings. So I'm just going to have a look at the earrings. They're probably going to get covered by the hair, I'm afraid. That doesn't mean we can't give her some little sparkles just before they do. So the hair I was thinking is, because in the picture she's got like loads of like little plaits and stuff in her hair, I was kind of thinking something similar to what we gave Lilith. There's a lot of different shades of blonde here. She's described as having gold hair, but I kind of am thinking more blondie. Maybe this can be like the gold hair. So this is the kind of hair I was thinking for her. You can't actually see her ears through it though, which is a little bit annoying. The other option is this one, which again is like the fishtaily kind of braid at the back, like that. But you still can't really see her ears, so I'm not sure which of the two. It'd be this hair or this hair. This is more how I imagined her to look. So I think I'm going to keep that one. It's just more the way I thought she would kind of look. I'm going to make her a little bit more hippie. There we go. Make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so now her clothes should be... Hopefully, I say they should be fairly easy. I need to have like quite a beautiful, sexy sort of red dress type dealio, because that's what she's described as dressing like. The one in the picture is really cool because it's got like this bit open, which I actually think is pretty cool. Because I've got this kind of a thing. I mean, it's showing off a lot of leg, but it's the right kind of idea. Because like, even though this one is red and long and beautiful, it's not really like, I feel like she'd show off a little bit more than that. It's just the way she's described. It's kind of because of what she's been through. It's a bit of a like, you know, she's not going to change who she is type dealio. So it's important that we don't take that away from her. Oh man, something like that, but in red would have been really cool, but it's not in red, I'm afraid. That's too short. She's described as wearing more like ball gowns. That's just the wrong color. Actually, something like that could quite... I know it's very boobalicious, you guys, but it's kind of the way the character looks. I could pair it with some jewelry, maybe to make it look a little bit calmer. Although it's not really calming thing down. I think that necklace looks really pretty with it. But also that one. I think I'm gonna go for that one. And then you can't see her shoes, but I am just gonna give her some like little high heels because then it hides her feet. So that is kind of how I imagine Morrigan to look. She's very beautiful, and I know her dress is kind of boobalicious, but one of the things in it tells a lot of different stories, and I think a lot of the stories it tells are quite feminist. And I think one of the ones it kind of tells is that she can dress however she wants. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean anything. That's it. There's no but to it. It's just she can dress how she wants kind of dealio. No one's judging her for it. So, and I kind of think we shouldn't do the same, okay? So this is Morrigan. Let me know what you think of her in the comments below. Let me know if you like her design, her dress, her hair. And if she's kind of, if I've pulled off something similar to the way she's supposed to look. The one thing that I would quite like is if her ears were a little bit more visible. I can't even click on them because of her hair. If I make them like a lot bigger, let me see if her hair shows through. No, she looks kind of funny, but let me see if her hair shows through. Okay, if I do that, you can just see the tips of her hair, of her ears. Which I think like her ears are meant to show through her hair because they've got really big ears. So I'll do it so just the tips are kind of shown through. It looks a little bit weird. That's fine. So on to our next little Simlerino. So this sim is going to be Amren. She is a little bit of an unusual one because that's a really funny starting sim. She was kind of in a prison beforehand and got freed, and she's got like a dark sort of past that we don't know very much about until the later books. So she's definitely kind of an interesting one, and she's described as having quite sort of Eastern looks. So I think we will kind of stay true to that when we design her as well. And in the book, she's kind of described as inhabiting the body of a high fae. She's not actually a high fae. She's something a little bit older and a little bit more evil. I don't want to say too much more and kind of ruin it for you. So you have to read it yourself, you guys. She also definitely still has these sort of veneers. And her eyes are described as being silver, but they're like smoky and they like swish around and move. So I think we go for like the brightest kind of silver eyes we can. I'm kind of thinking this sort of a skin for her, this like Salem-y skin. I think that's kind of on the right lines. The lips are a little weird. I'm gonna have to work on her lips a little bit more because the alternative I can't really find a good skin color for. So I think that's the kind of thing I imagined it to look like anyway. I kind of almost prefer doing characters like this, like, oh gosh, okay, we can't do those two together. But I kind of prefer doing characters like this from a book because I feel like it's a little bit more open to my own interpretation. I'm not trying to create someone that already exists in real life, which can be kind of hard to get right. Oh my gosh, look how long those eyelashes are. I feel like they should be on Morrigan, really. Don't know why all the eyelashes are looking super long on her, but it's quite pretty, isn't it? So I think I'm gonna keep them. Maybe go for those kind of ones. And before I do a makeup, I'm gonna do her hair because I downloaded quite a lot of hairs for this. She's kind of got like short, black sort of hair, and her ears like really show through her hair, which mine do as well, often. I don't like it. So we've got a few, I don't think that one's right. I don't think that one's right. She looks really cute like that though. I've got that one, but again, none of these are matching the artwork that I'm trying to match her for. That one's a little bit more similar. That looks pretty cool on her actually. I like that one a lot. I downloaded a few, so I want to show you the other ones I got. All the hair, like most of the hair I use, if you search for Sims 4 Nightcrawler, the Sims 4 resource, sorry, the Sims resource Nightcrawler, or the Sims resource Leah Lilith, they are like the hairs that I tend to use for most of my Sims. And I basically have all of them. So if you go on either of those and just kind of search for, well, just look at them all, do them order by most popular. I like have all of them because I love those hairs. Now this one is quite similar to the artwork I'm looking at, so that could be a potential one. But then I'm also kind of, I know this one's slightly different to the artwork, but that one's got some real sass to it. Like I like how much it comes down at one side. So I think even though it's not quite right, it's so cool and sassy that I'm kind of going to keep it that way. And I've realized her eyebrows aren't quite right because she kind of has slightly, she's kind of quite sassy looking basically. Although that's done something sort of weird to her eyes that I'm not sure if I love. Kind of want to give her a I don't care very much expression, which I think we've kind of got. So in the artwork I'm looking at, she also has red lipstick on, but maybe not quite as red, maybe something a little bit more like this. And then I think I'm also gonna put some like badass little earrings on her ears just because I kind of feel like she would. Although, oh no, they go too low. You can't see them. What if I stretch her ears up a little bit? Oh my God, they look scary like that. And you still can't see them. Okay, never mind. We'll give her some pretty necklaces instead. I just kind of get the vibe that she's sort of quite, I don't know. It doesn't say as much about the way she dress. So we're gonna have to make it up a little bit. She is, however, described as being thin and short. So I'm gonna thin her down a little bit. She won't need to be like particularly athletic because she's like otherworldly. So her strength, she's not getting from there. She's getting elsewhere. Oh man, she's kind of tiny now. Let's make her a little bit bigger. She's kind of scaring me. But they all kind of wear quite glamorous-y sort of clothes. Not like because they're all like in this night court type thing. So I think she'd still wear something quite like glamorous, but just not Morrigan kind of clothing, if you get me. Oh man, if that was in black, I would say that in black would have been perfect. I just realized I have that for Morrigan, but the little flower sort of ruins it. Oh man, that in black would have been good as well. Why is nobody making black dresses? Oh man, I'm now thinking Morrigan and maybe in that would be better. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that's a lot prettier. Yeah, I'm gonna change her out for that one. Just cause like it's so over the top and glam and definitely what she would wear. Which means you can't wear it, lovely. Okay, I decided to change her out for this. Oh, look at the detail on the back of that. I like that. Hopefully you guys think it's right. It's a little bit harder to find stuff out about how Amren would dress. And everyone online has really different depictions of her, but I've kind of... The thing I'm not in love with is the top. But a lot of the tops that I wanted to use don't fit as flush to her. I mean, that could work. I think I'm going to change it out for that, actually. I think that looks pretty cool. And I gave her some black nail polish as well. So hopefully you like that sort of a look. And you think her face is kind of how you imagined it. I keep like not being able to decide on her eyebrows. But I think they look better if they're like non-caring rather than angry. So there's Amren done, which means we are on to our final lady, which is kind of the main character, I guess, which is Feyre. Feyre, spelled like that. It's kind of a weird sort of a name. And it's cool because she's a really badass character. Like, she goes through some amazing stuff, but she can still sometimes be a little bit kind of soppy. I don't know. A little bit like softer than I want her to be. I want her to be a little bit more hardcore sometimes. And she is probably the palest of everybody we've made so far. So she's got pale skin. I'd say her body type is also slim, but I think she's a lot more athletic. Maybe not quite that much, but she's meant to be like a hunter. She's meant to have been able to like catch her own meals and do hunting, and like I just imagine she'd be quite athletic. So I'm gonna give her just like a little bit of a tone. I don't think she'd have a six-pack, but I do think she'd be a little bit more tone. Maybe something like that. And again, I'm just looking at the artwork to try and get the right sort of face for her. She's got kind of a bit of a thicker, darker brow like that from what I can see. And her eyes are meant to be bluey grey, which is kind of a hard colour. Maybe not really any of these colours. Maybe more like that sort of a colour. And her eyes are described as being slightly upturned. If I just do them a little bit at the edges, maybe like that. Slightly upturned, kind of a weird one, I guess. She's a little bit of a harder one, you guys. She's a bit harder than I was expecting. I don't think she's got such a squishy nose. I can't get her eyes right. Her eyes are meant to be quite beautiful, and I just can't get them looking like that. Okay, let's see what she looks like with some skin details on. That might help me when I find it a little bit tough. That can definitely help. And we said we were going to give her this one because it was like the youngest looking one, and she's meant to be the youngest. I think that's kind of how she's looking from the side. It's sort of a tough one because it's very like personal preference, isn't it? Let's bang a few eyelashes on her. And then I'm kind of thinking we go for the lips that open her mouth a little teeny tiny bit. Although I've done that and she kind of looks maybe a little gormless, I don't know. Maybe a little. I think the only makeup I'm going to put on her is maybe just a little bit of cheek sort of colour. Like that. Because then she looks super pretty. Okay, so then her hair, side parting and long. I think as long as we get those two bits right, we're on to a winner. And she's got like mousy brownie kind of hair. That's an option. Not really mousy brownie though. Maybe that kind of a colour. That is one option for her. That's another, but it's just a little bit too blah. Blah. Again, too blah. We could go for Emily's hair on her. That's a lot of hair though. Unnatural amounts of hair, some may even say. Could go for that. I kind of imagine her hair to be a bit longer than that though. Guys, I thought she would be the easiest. And instead, I'm actually really struggling with her. Could do it like this, so it's kind of plotted behind her out the way. Why is she so hard? Oh my god, I feel like it shouldn't be this hard with her. Okay, I'm kind of leaning towards this. I know it's a bit of a big change, but she's meant to have like golden brown hair. Which none of the colours on the other hair really were. Whereas this is the closest to what I'm looking at as her, like, the artwork. So I think it's kind of going to be this. It's very, like, a reflective kind of hair. Just mess with her face shape a little bit. I think we're kind of onto the right lines. Kind of giving her that sort of intense sort of look with her eyebrows, which I think is more how she's meant to be. And hopefully that looks right. She's meant to be pretty. Hopefully I've kind of encapsulated that. And then if you've read the books, you're probably now thinking, Claire, you've missed something. You've missed something. I'm not going to put it in because it's a bit of a spoiler if you've not read the book. So I'm personally not going to put it in. Although actually now I've said that, I've just shown you the artwork with it like 50 times. So I might as well. For God's sake, Claire. It's basically the ears. Which I wasn't planning on doing, but I've realised they're in all the artwork, so I can't really not do it. And the other thing I was kind of thinking is in the artwork, she's got kind of like a little crowny type thing on. And I was kind of thinking, could we do a little bit of an unusual crown like that? But I don't really know how much it goes, because the one she's wearing is more like this. But why is this so big? Look at that, it's huge! I might just go for like some little flowers in her hair like that instead. Maybe we do this. What do you reckon? That or like, that? They're both really pretty, but I think I'm just going to keep with that so that she kind of has that royalish sort of look. I also think she should still be a little bit thinner than this. Because she's like impoverished at one point. And then the dress for her kind of has to be like that night courty vibe, doesn't it? So like something like that. Or in the picture I'm looking at, she's got like the one that kind of comes down here. Kind of like that. Man, why can't I live a life where I get to wear these kind of dresses all the time? They're so pretty. Although that one's glittery. I think this kind of a dress is what we should be going for. Although that one's so pretty as well. No, but I think that one, because hopefully this is like the closest I can get. She's got tattoos on both of her hands. So I've got this one, and then I need one on this side too. Oh, why do the tattoos differ from side to side? That's the closest I can get. I think if you've read the books, you understand where I'm coming from with that. So that is little Feyre. Feyre, that's how you say your name. Hopefully you like that as well. I think maybe I make her a teen, because she is meant to be a teen. Although has that suddenly just lost all of her curves? I'll give her some curves back. So there we go, you guys. Feyre Archeron, I think it is. Hopefully you like her. Hopefully she's kind of the way you imagined her. And then we've got Amren. Cheeky little Amren. Hopefully, again, she is kind of the way you imagined her too. And then finally, we've got Morrigan. Who now, in comparison to the others, I'm kind of wondering if I need to lighten her skin tone just a tiny bit. Maybe like that? Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, so there we go. We've got Morrigan. Pretty beautiful Morrigan. We've got Amren. Cheeky little Amren. And we've got Feyre. Hopefully you like them all. In my head, I think they look pretty good. They look the way I imagine them to look. Hopefully you guys like them as well. If you do, please give this video a little cheeky thumbs up. Share it with any other A Court of Thorns and Roses fans that you might know of. And let me know in the comments below which one you like the best in terms of the way they look compared to how you expected them to. Or if you think any of them need a little bit more work, let me know which one you think needs a little bit more work. But hopefully you like our ladies of the Night Court in their Night Court attire. And let me know some other ideas for Cast Mondays. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching it. And I'll see you guys in another one. Bye. Butterfly.